jacket, get on the car, look at that, look at that party. I'm gonna get more photos. You was a kid, ain't you now? Can't talk that way. Locked down, I got that call. It's not that on bill. Like kids, you gotta be with something. And I know I got on a star shit. Niggas really got me started. I ain't going niggas that we got. Turn the bitch ass up in charge. All that chicken shit, make them a target. Look, I'm making more money than you ever get. Rap, so I'm a star. Nigga jacket came out the car. And no, I think this make more purple stuff than you. Oh, Lord.
What if you could trade on tonight's game? This is Kalshi, a regulated exchange where you trade on real-world events. Each market has two sides, yes or no. Will NYC win tonight? Say you think NYC wins. You buy yes for 35 cents. If they win, that contract settles at $1.
Breaking news, James Harden arrested. We'll talk about that, plus the Knicks' third Game 5 get to the NBA called in and related on the Giannis situation. Both the Miami Heat are actually waiting for Giannis to do right now. I'm Trevor Lane, this is the Basketball Bulletin. Johnny Freeman. Hi, how you doing? I guess we got to James Harden, right?
Yeah, so you said Harden was arrested, was he arrested for stealing all that money that he was stealing over the years? Give us an NBA playoff performance. I mean, we had the De'Aaron Fox one yesterday. It was quite the foreshadow because all of a sudden another All-Star started being arrested.
He was charged with an unlawful carrying of weapons, according to TMZ. No, not everybody from the NBA team with poor performance.
Multiple NBA teams.
Multiple NBA teams. I love the picture. Okay.
I'd have to be the guy.
James Harden was arrested early Saturday when he charged with an unlawful carrying of weapons. The arrest was down in Texas. He was caught with a handgun with a pistol.
Hard, yo, this nigga hard carrying hammers, bitch. Oh, shit.
I thought
this nigga hard carrying hammers. Yo, hard, man, chill, bro. You carrying hammers and shit, my nigga.
That's what it is.
Nigga JH, man. Weird himself, nigga. He ain't bullshit. Carrying them hammers, nigga.
Why did you get on the place and you got your beard for a reason there, man? Get dealing with the beard. Come on.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Mitch is wide open. Once again,
I think it's a legit thing. Every so often, there's a difference like from that in there. But you gotta have a certain texture, right? They gotta be thick and all that stuff.
You gotta just save it for later, that's all. James Harden was released on bond, has a court date scheduled for June 22nd. Bond terms ban him from possessing any firearms, ammunition, other weapons, and no date, just saving it for later, that's all. James Harden was released on bond, has a court date scheduled for June 22nd. Bond terms ban him from possessing any firearms, ammunition, other weapons, and no date-controlled substance, marijuana, unless prescribed by a doctor. There's a lot going on here. All right, so first of all, it's a misdemeanor. I don't think this is going to be like James Harden doesn't get a new contract or anything like that.
He'll be fine.
I don't think we can see like a suspension or anything, but Harden, this is prescribed by a doctor. There's a lot going on here. All right, so first of all, it's a misdemeanor. I don't think this is going to be like James Harden doesn't get a new contract or anything like that.
He'll be fine.
I don't think we can see like a suspension or anything, but Harden, this is also not great timing, right? James Harden is going to opt out of his contract with the Cavs. $42 million player option there on the table for him. He is reportedly going to opt out of that and sign a new deal, 4 years, less money per year, give the Cavs a little bit of flexibility below the second apron. If they want to get below the first apron, they're going to have other things they'll have to do. So this is not a good thing. I don't think this is going to change the Cavs' plans. I don't think this is going to suddenly make them not want to sign him or anything like that. Obviously, James Harden needs to not do things like this and have a weapon out visible. Again, we don't know the details of what he's got on here. Why?
This is Kevin Harlan with
Probably, right?
and roaming the sideline for
That's pretty amazing.
But Milwaukee playing this right and continues to kind of put
and it's going to be the Thunder off the tip.
3 and 14 constructs starting to be discussed. There's a lot of talk about the idea of a Milwaukee, Boston, Portland construct. I've heard some stuff about the idea of Minnesota, Atlanta, Milwaukee. It sounds like, and this is a big problem I think in this conversation, is no one's like, Tyler Hero? What? Versus a lot of people are like, okay, Rudy Gobert costs a lot of goals, but God, he's still like one of the best rim protectors in the league. Oh, you get Jaylen Brown in the deal. Okay, it gives you a lot more interest in freaking deal. So I think that Milwaukee is playing this right and continues to kind of put themselves in a position to be able to get the best deal possible for them.
Okay, so the Miami Heat need Giannis to say, I will only re-sign with Miami. And that's not what he's going to do. He wants to come out and say, yeah, I got traded. I don't know. They traded me. I never asked for a trade. That seems to be honestly saying. He wants to come out of here and say, I never asked to leave them. That wasn't the situation. They traded me. Wasn't my decision, right? That was deniability and all. That seems to be the consistent thing that we've seen from the last couple of years. So, if the Miami Heat really need Giannis to come out and say, I need to only play for the Miami Heat, and I will not sign anywhere else, will not sign a new deal anywhere else. Yes, that was given for the Miami Heat. But he's not going to do that. Because that, I mean, I've seen the odds around the NBA go down, and he actually winds up in Miami. If that's really what he's getting to make, I don't know what he's going to do.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little jump.
Oh, man. I want to be traded because they couldn't put this around me, but I don't want to be that.
I think defensively that doesn't typically end well. This guy is such an explosive athlete. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes straight to the cup.
Oh, God.
Here's Brunson. Jordan grabs the miss. Thunder trailing 1-4. Here's SGA. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Such a smoothness and ease to the way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays. What a pretty drive.
The fans are not stupid. They know what's going on, right? And I also will say that all along he said, I have my hardest year, I'd love to be here, and I understand that he's been saying that. However, they're not able to put things around him to be able to win anymore. And it's because they invested, and they've not been able to sustain it, right? It is what it is. The franchise needs a break to recoup assets, right? And so he's faced with a decision between staying or not. Now, if he has to come out and say, I want to go to Miami, but he doesn't plan on doing that, then I think everybody can retire. And especially if it seems like the Bucks are using that offer as their floor, Hop around and say, hey, Giannis is probably going to go here with this offer, but if you want him, you know, we can give something differently. I know that there was a report a couple days ago that they were secretly hoping that the Knicks lost or whatever, so the Knicks could get back into the running and all that. But this whole saga, man, it's just
5 to shoot.
it's exhausting, one. Two, it's just a lot of back and forth, looking all the way back to last summer. Does he want to trade? Nick's reporting he doesn't want to trade. He's saying everything out of both sides of his mouth as well every time he takes the mic in front of him. So I don't think he'll ever come out and say that, but like I said, I had to get off my phone and think that's stupid.
The other wants to break up with your girl, but he's trying to do a bunch of shady shit to get her to break up with him so he doesn't have to be bad.
Matt, is that you?
Shout out to the optimist. Look, Giannis, I know he's a great player. Great player. Top 5 player in the NBA, no question. Obviously, there's a reason why there's so much conversation about this. He's still a superstar. I do think he's in Miami. As overseas the top places in Miami, as their floor, as they should. Miami's also not going to change. I don't buy this whole talk about like, oh, they're squeezing Miami trying to get. If Eric Yakashonis is holding up the deal, Miami will just go, here, take it, done deal, call it in, right? I totally buy that the Washington playing offer as their floor and then waiting for somebody to compete. And that's what they're doing. And Miami's offer is not going to change today or we can today. And we can today. Milwaukee's called for the week today and says, hey, that deal's on the table. Okay, cool, call it in. Let's go. They can do that. So why not? If you're a boss, why not say, okay, let's take our time here and let's see, you know, maybe Boston will put Jalen Brown on the table. We get better assets out of Jalen Brown. He said they said, yeah, they're going to the team. I talked about that over last night. Or is it Minnesota? I thought it was a little crazy for Rudy Gobert did. It's like, yeah, he's old, but he's a really good rim protector. Lots of teams don't want Rudy Gobert. I don't like, he's a good rim protector. He is still a good defensive player. I don't think he's not generating. Jalen Brown is one thing. Rudy Gobert is not getting a bunch of teams saying, oh, yeah, we'll take Rudy Gobert and say some really good stuff that you need to give to Milwaukee player. I don't see that. I think it's Minnesota is going to want to be in it. Jason Daniels has to be in. Yes, that offer that we heard from yesterday is that Jason Daniels, Don Reed, 2 first-round picks, plus Terrence Shannon Jr. I thought that was, I'm like, man, Minnesota before was not willing to do that. I thought that was great. I think that's better than the Miami offer, but maybe I'm overly high on McDaniels. I would think to there, being the halfway to get I can see Jalen Brown being the halfway, and I think maybe that was now getting to the point where it's the most likely halfway. I think Donnie Heat fans are going to lose their face if they're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I think if that's what ends up happening, I would be pretty annoyed to the Heat as well. Like, I don't mind what they're doing in terms of the Milwaukee side of things, using that as leverage to see what they can get. But it's kind of annoying if you're a Heat fan because you put out there repeatedly, hey, the interest and help. And you can't land any of these guys for one reason or another. I do expect this to end soon. We're at a point where it's got to end. Like, if practice coming up on the 23rd, we're, 10 days away. Like, maybe this is going to come to a conclusion sooner rather than later. I keep expecting, like, any goal that we're going to get breaking Giannis breaking to whatever team. But we're in a situation where Miami's been waiting for this for years. They've been pushing off on giving up certain assets so they can put them into a Giannis trade eventually. It's their moment. So now we use this to leverage against other teams, which is very the possibility, which is difficult. But I get why that's got to be frustrating. It's your Miami. If you're Miami, you're hoping Giannis will eventually say, I'm only going to do Friday. If Giannis says that, all their opportunities get steps out of the system. They're done. Right? If Giannis says, I will only resign in Miami, but that's not what he's doing. And that's going to gives the Bucks an opportunity to offer each other for leverage. Yeah, but also, if Giannis said, like he was saying, that he wants to stay in Milwaukee, and he came out and said that, we would have never had all the entirely long trade rumors and all that stuff all year long. We said a billion times all year that all Giannis had to do was come out and say, hey, I want to be in Milwaukee. But clearly he doesn't really actually want to be in Milwaukee, at least as currently constructed, of course, which I understand. But you can't say, oh, man, I'm hoping they trade me, basically, behind closed doors. Oh, they may get tired of me and trade me. Like, come on.
They might get tired of me tomorrow. I don't know. They might trade me. Who knows? He's trying to put it on like the team. Everybody knows everybody knows who's really in control. If Giannis came out and said, I will only re-sign in Boston, that's it. He's going to the Celtics. Yeah. Right? Miami's offer would immediately disappear. Because nobody's giving up the kind of stuff we're talking about here for 1 year of Giannis, and then he hits free agency and he walks away. Nobody's doing that. So Giannis is in complete control of where he goes. All he has to do is swear that he will not re-sign with Miami. He says, I don't want Miami anymore. Okay, I will not re-sign there. No matter what, next summer, you're trading for 1 year of me. That's it.
Well, the thing is, I think he can get traded even without saying that. So things will probably work out his way.
Yeah. Well, you're right. He doesn't have to, because then he becomes the bad guy. But for Heat fans, that's the frustrating part of all of it, is he won't just say what it is that he won't say. But for the Bucks, for Bucks fans, thank you, Giannis. You're doing exactly what the Bucks need you to do in order to get the best return possible.
I was going to say that while I said I would be annoyed for the Heat side of things, Giannis doesn't owe them anything, neither do the Bucks. Frankly, that's in the best interest of the Bucks if he doesn't come out and do that.
Exactly.
So I get it from him.
AD did it with the Lakers, though, and the Pels still got a haul.
Yeah, that's all, folks.
That's all, folks. All right, we'll see where this Giannis situation goes. But, I mean, not great if it's being communicated to Matt Moore that the Heat essentially need Giannis to come out and say, I will only re-sign in Miami. Maybe Miami's offer still wins out, but, man, for what looked like Miami's in good shape, they're going to land him. That's looking like a much more perilous situation here as the days go on. Again, I just don't buy the whole idea that this is just Milwaukee trying to squeeze, or Boston trying to force Miami to pay more. What is more than what they're already up? Like, it'd be different if they had this blue chip prospect that they're trying to fight to hang on to, but they don't. That's not what we're talking about. So we'll see where this all goes. But hopefully we get resolution here sooner rather than later, because I think this will be the first domino to fall. The dam's going to burst after this. And then we're going to get a bunch of activity in the NBA this summer.
Yeah, and the annoying thing about the process here is that as this goes on, more teams keep getting thrown into the ring. Like, oh, scary ass thing.
The place you call home is important to you, so it's important to all things. Home is where you make all your best memories. Nice work, you two. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Whatever you think, you can make it an even bigger thing with Canva, the thing that makes anything a thing.
Come on with your favorite sports talk here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. It's just hard for me in a situation, Ocho, when I've had such great success with an individual. It's just hard for me to just, no matter how it ends, I get the skip. Bro, prior to me, no athlete had ever done a debate. They had segments. A basketball guy come talk basketball. Yeah. Football guy would come talk football. They'd bring somebody in to talk golf. They'd bring somebody in to talk this, or X, Y, Z. I was the only one to sit across from a journalist 5 days a week, 2.5 hours a day. Even when Fox said, no, we want to get a journalist, Skip says, no, he can do it. I want him to sit across from me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Welcome back, YouTube. In my recent videos about Drake and his $1 billion battle with Jay-Z, the comments have gotten a little spicy. People are saying Drake isn't even a billionaire. He shouldn't be in this conversation. Drake doesn't own his music. He's not in the same conversation as Hov. I am here to answer those questions for you all. We're going to get to the bottom of it, I promise. But before we get into any details or any data, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and definitely hit the hype button if you're watching on mobile. Let me tell you something now. If you don't want to get a peek behind, the veil and see what's going on in these contracts, ownership, and what it's actually worth, this isn't the video for you. But if you want to learn about the music, and if you want to learn a little bit about the music business, you are in the right place. I won't hold you any longer. Let's get into it. Let's establish some rules. Just because you Googled it doesn't make it accurate. You have to know what questions to ask to find the right answer. Rule number 2. Just because you saw it in Forbes, that doesn't make it right either. Forbes relies on people to present them with information so they can write an article. You can also buy yourself an article in Forbes. Literally, it's for sale. Forbes has been known to report people to be billionaires, and the information wasn't accurate. Look at Kylie Jenner. Forbes is also known to not report people for being billionaires who even presented them with information. Look at Kanye West. And that's why I'm here, because I'm going to pocket watch. This isn't very hard on me, but this is my job right now. I'm going to give you the answer. Is Drake a billionaire? And I'm going to find it in one place, the catalog. So first we got to do a little bit of pre-work. The pre-work is understanding what an asset is. An asset is something that you own. For example, if I have $0 in my pocket, but my house is worth $1 million, my net worth is $1 billion. The house is an asset that I control, even though I don't have $1 million in the bank. Now that that's out of the way, we are going to talk about the catalog. But I have to answer the age-old question that people fight about on the timeline every single day. What does Drake earn versus what he doesn't earn? Let's look at the graphic above. On the left, you're going to see the first deal that Drake was a part of. This is a traditional record deal. From Thank Me Later all the way up until Story. Drake does not own those masters outright. Those masters are owned by UMG, Cash Money, Lil Wayne sold his part in it, and that's just very clear. We know this throughout the paperwork. We can see this based on the credits at the bottom of the albums on your DSPs. Then we have CLB and On. This is what falls under the licensing agreement. Once again, open up your Apple Music, scroll to the bottom of any one of these albums, and you will see this is OVO under exclusive license to UMG or Republic, whatever you want to look at. And I always say this, if you don't go to other sources, so we can look at the head of Audio Mac, Brian, who is active on X, and people claim him to be a Drake hater. And we can also look at Isaac Hayes III, who talks about Drake's business in a more positive way. Both of them agree, as you can see pictured here, that Drake owns these masters. So now what do we do? We have to be businessmen and figure out the value of those masters. Now we can watch this video from Larry Jackson where he talks about the worth of Drake's music, but some people doubt this. So what's even better than this video is going to be the math that I showed you right after.
So the thing that I told you
making his way
from the 70s, 80s, and 90s combined. I don't really like one artist in that era. I mean,
don't worry, I know some of you still doubt me, but I'm going to prove you wrong. Let's lock in. So he just told you that Drake's catalog is worth these eras combined, but I want to put a dollar amount on it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at comps. So I used the example of a house before. If you want to know what your house is worth, you look at the homes in your area that are similar to yours and you see what they've sold for recently. That sets the market for your home. There's going to be a low-end price, a high-end price, and a median price. That sets the market. If you're a little bit younger, you might know an app called StockX. If you want to know what your sneakers and your clothing is worth, you look at the market. What did the sneaker sell for a week ago? What are people selling it for now? What's the high? What's the low? What is the market for this thing? We are about to put this together for Drake's catalog. So the comp we're going to use for Drake is actually Justin Bieber, and I chose Bieber for a specific reason. Number one, he sold his catalog, so that's going to set the market. Number two, Justin was signed to a similar deal that Drake was in their initial record deal. Look here, and remember when I told you to look for Drake's initial deal in the credits on your DSP. Let's watch this clip.
Justin Bieber is getting a yummy payday for the rights to his music catalog. The singer has reportedly closed a deal with UK investment company Hypnosis Songs Capital to sell 100% of his publishing and artist royalties for master recordings. According to Billboard, Justin is cashing in at just over $200 million, making this the biggest right sale for any artist of his generation.
Justin Bieber sold everything for $200 million. The masters, the publishing, and any equity that he had in any of his recordings. Gone. He took the upfront bag instead of waiting for the long term. And there's nothing wrong or right with that. That was his business decision. But I'm talking to you about $1 billion or more than $1 billion. $200 million is really far off from that. So how are we even talking, or why are we even talking about this number? I'm talking about it because there's a big difference between Drake and Justin Bieber. Let's walk through the numbers. So we're going to start here on the Justin Bieber side. We know that he sold everything for $200 million. He had about 290 songs in the catalog that spanned over the course of 13 years. And if you look at his estimated annual royalties, we estimate that he was, well, not we, right? He actually got paid for this. They estimate that he was making about between $8 to $10 million per year, but they paid him out $200 million. And the way that they did this was they paid him out at a 20x multiple. Meaning essentially they paid him 20 years worth of money up front so that they would in the long term and continue to exploit that catalog. So he got $200 million and he was making about $10 million per year. Took the upfront bag. And he walked away with nothing, right? He gave up everything. I want you to hold that in your mind as we move over to Drake, which is highlighted in blue. If Drake were to do the same exact deal, he has masters, publishing, plus label equity. He has over 300 songs in the catalog, and the catalog goes all the way from 2009 up until present day. He makes about $50 to $70 million per year just in royalties or net publishing share. That's a lot of money, and I'm going to explain to you why there's a difference, or a big difference, in that number. Number one, Drake has more monthly listeners on Spotify. He's a more streamed artist. Number two, Drake has been licensing his music to UMG, which means that once that deal is over or he walks away from the deal, he will own those masters, which makes them even more valuable than Justin Bieber. So let's go down a little bit and look. If you were to apply that same 20x multiple that Justin Bieber got and put it to Drake's catalog, that would put you at $1.25 billion at the low end. If you wanted to go to the 25x multiple, you could be looking at almost $2 billion. The data is right in front of you. Again, look at Drake's ownership advantage here at the bottom. Drake holds the partial masters to the OVO sound. Bieber sold 100% of his catalog that he didn't own outright. Drake has the #1 streaming hip-hop catalog that is expansive, and he continues to stream more and more music every year. So on the low end, as you can see here, Drake could easily get $1 billion. On the high end, it could be $2 billion. This is why I'm not arguing. There are people who are smarter than me with a lot more money than me that specialize in buying catalogs. Because like Larry Jackson said, music has become predictable. We have the data to track what an artist will stream year over year. And that's why Drake's catalog is so powerful, because he keeps adding to it. He can continue to put out more and more music that people will continue to.
What if you could trade on this? This is Kalshi, a regulated exchange where you trade on real-world events. Each question has two sides, yes or no. If you think the Fed will cut rates, you buy yes for 42 cents. If it happens, that contract settles at $1. You just make 58 cents per share. You can trade inflation data, election.
So we're talking about one of the embarrassing today for the biggest loss. Rick Ross, who is known for his castle estate and his jet that's wrapped in black and gold, because he was caught in commercials. Oh my God! Like right here, they caught him in that footage. It was crazy. And the first thing that he was starting doing was throwing some great words. Oh, just for my name, man. I stand in the gift that gives you time to get. He says, if I'm lying, I'm flying and counting. Now that I know who I see, and you see Rick Ross right there.
Their first free throws of the game now. And he makes it first. That was no good.
Golden opportunity to take the lead. Instead, he merely knots up the score.
Toronto passing it around. Pass to Walter. Here's Shed. They set a pick. Here's Mamukelashvili. Gilgeous Alexander defending. And Williams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Caruso outside. Tipped away. The kick out to Williams. Three-pointer. Sinks it from distance. Williams has got 9.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
Here's Shed. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. He's got 5.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Pass to Caruso. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to Williams. The 3. And another 3 from Oklahoma City.
I love the strong response from Caruso, sinking that revenge triple in style.
Here's Walter. Williams grabs the board.
Well, the defense was fortunate. That was a good look from mid-range. He just was trapped.
Caruso outside. Dort right side. Down low. Outside for SGA. Pass to Caruso. Back to SGA. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Yeah, total focus from Shea there. Ready to go off the feed.
Takes it inside. The shot's good. Shed's got 7 points for the quarter.
Give a good player a good look, and you know what the outcome will be.
Pass to Williams. Here's the 3. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Here's Murray Boyles. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Dort outside. Now here's SGA. The offensive rebound. Williams from long range. Drains the triple. Williams has got 12. Raptors trail by 5.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. And they got called for a 5-second violation. Outside Ingram. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee.
A natural score. Every single year, Ingram seems to take another leap in his game.
Inside. And slammed by Ingram.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Quickly deciding where to go with it. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And that'll do it for the first half. This game is tied. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
And so here's Toronto. Here's Ingram. Top of the key jumper, no good. Pass to Dort. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. Here's Holmgren. Holmgren scores!
Just showing off his mobility as a big man. Holmgren puts his head down and charges into the shot.
It's Barnes on the wing. To the middle. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Stolen by Quickly. To the inside. For the lead. Barrett can't hit. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Outside, Williams. 6 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
If they score here, they're back in front.
And they've been waiting to retake this lead for a bit.
Quickly from outside. Fires in the triple. Quickly's got 6 points. So Mark Degno will call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Thing to be got the hoodie on, he's got the jacket on, he's doing his best not to be seen. Next time you're across, you gotta pull up with the shiesty. That's the only way you're not gonna be seen. And the first thing that people are going to say is, you know, what's wrong with flying commercial? We've seen other walkers fly commercial. This is very, very different because your responsible for is luxury, out of that salespeople stuff, except for when he barks a little bit, like when he went out in the backyard, he's like, oh, I'm gonna knock down my tree. I got myself a bird or cattle. He got himself cattle because somehow he gets inserted right off on land if you own cattle. Listen, I don't know. I don't got land. I don't got a crib. Yeah, I'm out here thugging it out. Not paying rent either. Yes, honest good. Why would I pay rent to a stranger when I can just live off my money for free? And free food. That's another thing. So with Rick Ross.
Sure, you're cheaply lost, but you can still get the win when you bet $10 on Bet365 to get $365 in bonus bets. Bet365. Winning is everything.
Outside Barrett. Going inside.
The most exciting thing about basketball is giving money and giving things to be fast.
It's like having your grandma at home. Sometimes she's going to make you mad, but most of the time, you always going to get you a... You consider yourself a more person or a less person? I probably say more. I usually always go more. But sometimes you got to go less. You can't go more every day. Who gets the best things that will kill you? You already know. He's the 3 out of 4 guy.
There's the 3. And that falls. His fifth best in 7 tries.
What would you say to the Justin?
Yeah, everyone is having a great night so far.
Yellow prize ticket, when you play the first $5, get $50 in very possibly.
Mr. Hartenstein. We've got 1:08 left in the third. SGA can't get it to go. Lets it go from deep.
The key is, especially his brand and his lyrics. When I hear Rick Ross, there is no circumstance where I imagine anything to do with commercial or the economy. At that, did y'all catch him the first time or was it the economy? That's a different story. But for example, like J. Cole is arguably music-wise richer than Rick Ross. But we see J. Cole riding a bicycle. You listen to J. Cole's music, and if you see him identify with J. Cole, if the hell is back in that 1999 Honda, that's supposed to break down. That's what that's supposed to do. But Rick Ross is really the clock.
Once he does, he makes you
get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. You know what Starlink is?
Shot clock at 6.
Yeah, that's the $500,000 Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's what I get at. And I chose to fly commercial to Colombia. To go part of the trip there. And
It's still in his game as we reach the end of 3. Toronto out in front. They're up by 2. And when we return, we're in the fourth quarter run here on
when I was leaving, that hoodie was low Rose did it big. The boat.
Well, this is
Y'all better stop worrying about what Rich doing. Yeah, if I send my jet to go pick my mama up and I fly mother commercial, that's what I do for mama. If I send a jet to go drop off, I walk to mama. Just so that's doggone, I miss that. So y'all laughing at the young two on Martin? You can't do that. Damn sure you can't laugh at a rich nigga. Y'all better stay focused. And since it's a big deal for Rose to fly commercial, sometimes I might have to buy me a wing at the Atlanta airport. I'll buy the whole sea wing.
This is Cope right here. But this is how you know Rick Ross is a crazy salesman, because he's promoting Trick Daddy's event in the midst of this. He's like, yeah, you know, I had to go to Columbia for this event, name drops the event, name drops the person that invited him to go there. He's like, yo, I want to go hang out with him. What's stopping you from taking a jet? What's stopping you from chartering a short flight? Hell, you would have been better off getting a speedboat and going over there than being caught in commercial. And you can tell he was trying not to get caught. If he was just coming in with the energy like how he usually would, why don't you got your ice on? Why don't you got your chains out like you do right here? Well, that's because he would have gotten recognized in the airport. And he didn't want to be recognized. So that's violation. That's strike number 2. Strike number 1 is making it seem your brand. You own your own jet, right? Even your man's Patrick Bet-David that he recently did an interview with, we don't even see that guy in commercial. So we see you in commercial. It's your brand to be rich. You talk about how much you got a jet. You talk about money this, money that, although we don't really know how Rick Ross has the level of wealth that he has. We know Birdman, who he doesn't like. We know how Birdman is rich. Okay, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Tyga in his prime, allegedly stealing and never paying anybody. One of the biggest Universal deals ever. Now managing Young Boy after they gave him to him at Atlantic. So we understand, okay, but when it says Birdman is that, how is that Rick Ross? In terms of the city trailer, right? Like the Jackson, the homes, living in the same zip code, stuff like that. Strike 2 is getting caught commercial after you try to hide, because Rick Ross is a trusty type of guy. And then you need to own it. And he should have just owned it when he was in the airport. Like, yeah, he won his promotion. He shouldn't have been scared to be caught. So strike 2 is being scared. You're probably wondering, what's strike 3? Is this guy going to have to walk off the pitch or walk off the field? What is it, soccer, football? Well, strike 3 is him talking about, why are y'all so, looking at me flying commercial? Well, you were looking at Drake. You were jet watching. This guy was, he was trying to go to jet for jet. He was great. Last year, the person Drake and tell him, that old. Like this 1978,
about 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter.
Gave it to him free for 12, and I ain't hating with be safe. If something was to happen to me and I couldn't tell you this, be safe. And anybody get me, be safe. Man, wear your seatbelts, and I'll make sure oxygen is in there today. It's just a message.
And you want to take good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear where they go to him. He's taking out
With the best friend, Birdman, it's how slow they get there for 5 years ago. You know, I said that struggle with 5 years and then mention. What's another thing?
And here's SGA. He'll bring it over for Oklahoma City.
Ain't that about
Bucket makes it 6-10 in the contest. Look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
and they look like a change.
Here's the and Gilgeous Alexander is so assertive on the drive. Confident and finishing through contact.
So he randomly brings up Drake's jet and talks about, man, they had to carry that cargo jet for free. Drake is like, yeah, this is a ritual. So So obviously, we're all sitting back and just watching and being entertained because we can participate in any level. But he brought up again, you know who we haven't seen on commercial? Great. So even if it's all three, we know how lucky you gotta be for a huge hardware company to just get to a point and say, yeah, you know, promo, just fly around in it, make sure our logo stays on it. That is why. But we haven't seen Drake who use this consistently and tries to put down. You never see him in commercial. And this is why you cannot set yourself up like Rick Ross. If you never thought getting commercial with your Rick Ross. Well, there are rappers that are bigger than Rick Ross, that are also richer than Rick Ross, that can be off in commercial and people won't care. Kendrick Lamar, Ye has flown commercial many times. Birdman, now he did that in there. Really tough like that in the rap game. ASAP Rocky's commercial, we don't really care. But a lot of rappers, and people will say, man, it's a rapper thing. No. It's how you position yourself as a rapper. Logic, you see Logic in commercials. Everybody gets surprised if you saw Logic in private. And some people will say, why do you bring Logic into this? Well, Logic has been a lot of money in the rap game. A lot. Now, you can't get caught dead in commercial if you're a real baby. But I don't think it's that big of a deal in comparison to Rick Ross. When the party is fun commercial, I don't think people really care. I think they'll be surprised if we own his brand or his if you want to call it that. That's off the top of my head, I think there's 5 levels. So this was a big step for Rick Ross. He's trying to make excuses too. He's like, come on guys, you know, I had to catch this quick flight because I had to do this. All Rick Ross had to say, look, number one, you set himself up as, I have my own jet with the name across it that should be at your defense at all times. And even if it's not, then you should be able to just hop on one of these jets. You get a quick jet to this, you're under there. That ain't looking to the biggest balls. Come on, let's get the ball in the face there. I don't know if any bigger balls pop in the commercial records that don't sell the biggest balls. But instead, he starts explaining himself and shit to just say, like, hey, you know, sometimes the biggest balls gotta get into the workers. And y'all have to see that show, Undercover Millionaires. And that's the end of the show where the owner of the company, they go in and they work in their own company. They have to look back and say, here they come on Undercover Go. Who the fuck is wrong with this? I want to experience what life is like for y'all, you know? Just so you can see how it's like building products. Like, for example, with the food, he's the same food as those guys in Dixie Stop and all that. So he can check it. I don't know if he's still involved in that. So if you can bring yourself down to a level for that, you know, bring it undercover. That's it. But the whole, like, now, you know, sometimes I gotta send a jet for my mom. I'm going to roll if my mom needs the jet. Come on, Rick Ross, you know, great things. Sending that to the opioid group chat, fine, relax. Right to yourself. So this is the unfortunate part too. Now, the scared to fly commercial again, so he's going to keep shelling out bread to continue to fly private. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Who are some rappers where if they were flying commercial, if they were flying commercial, like, that doesn't really look too hot for you. That used to be the fall-off indicator. If they were in, but realistically, people think flying private is way cheaper than it is. That's why I'm like, how the hell do these guys fly private? I'm Aiden Ross. We don't catch Aiden Ross in commercial. Come on, OG. It's Aiden Ross. Yeah, Rick Ross commercial? Yeah. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see you on the next one.
He gets the first.
It's time to lock in. It's time to make it ready. Make it ready.
Both at the line. And it's an 8-point
I can make trades and manage my positions on my desktop, tablet, and phone. Let me show you how. This is Robinhood Legend on desktop, where I can trade stocks, options, futures, and crypto all in one place. Plus, make trades.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
They all got time, man. They all got time.
Put him up by 9.
He might not have made the move. Maybe he's going to put this one at reach.
That'll be a 5-second goal. And they go to the intentional foul.
I ain't going back to go. Maybe all those times again.
And that'll push the lead to double digits.
Hey.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Making no mistakes. And
Oh, you going there? No, I'm here right now. You know that.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time.
I don't know why she got weird on me. That's crazy.
So, no problem for Toronto as they get the win. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're on a road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for the broadcast.
I ain't no messy nigga, but I don't be tripping, bro. If you don't want to talk to me, just say that. You could have said that. You ain't have to come out here. If you really ain't want to fuck with me and then come out here and just act stank all the time. Yes. I swear, 100% you did. She just, I ain't no sucker nigga. You feel me? So I ain't gonna flip on you. I ain't gonna do none of that. Like, yes. The whole time. Yes, you act like you fuck with me at all. I would have never did that, bro. I ain't no disrespectful nigga. I actually liked you, my nigga. Like, you feel me? You know you act straight with me, gang. You did not fuck with me, bro. At all. But that's cool. Cause you're lost. You tripping. I'm not no sucker nigga. I'm not. Okay, no. You know how you was acting towards me, my nigga. Nah, you like a real snake. No, I'm not. I'm not rude at all, bro. It was. I'm honest. No, that's cap. You was acting like that the whole time, my guy. It's crazy. Hey, look, my name. No, you don't. You don't give a fuck about me. Hey, I want to apologize, though. I want to, because, like, she know how she was acting towards me, man. Right. Thank you. You know, man. Huh? Well, I'm always nice, my name. I don't do no problem. And I was frank towards you? Yeah, you was, though. That's cool. Don't hate you try shit. What you trying to do? I don't know. No, I'm confused. I see. I'm not we outside. I know what you're doing. I'm good. You're going to be good. I was trying to clean myself, not leaving the shit like that, you know? Respect. You ain't got to leave no like that. I'll call some maids tomorrow, bro. Y'all can leave it. However y'all want to leave it. I'll call some maids. I'll pay $1,000, pay the maids. I ain't tripping, but what I'm saying though. My mess as I would because it's cool. Alright, cool. Leave it. I don't pick up my stuff and respect y'all want to leave it here.
This summer, the cup is bigger than ever, and DraftKings has you covered wherever you live. Every match, every goal, every iconic celebration that gets blown out of proportion by the international media. Pinkies up.
New DraftKings customers spend $5 and get $200 in total bonuses, and get the game nationwide with DraftKings.